Hello everyone. So today we're gonna start with our first learning issue for the fact one. So we can proceed for the answer.
Maina. So, the global health pandemic brought on by the spread of COVID-19 is jeopardizing not just the people's health and the global economy, but also the environment's long-term viability. For example, plastic waste from personal protective equipment such as the mask and gloves has risen dramatically, as has the widespread use of plastic shopping bags to prevent cross-contamination, despite the fact that many countries had begun to prohibit the use of non-biodegradable bags before the COVID era. Therefore, COVID-19 definitely does hit a surge in the increase of plastic pollution.
So for the answers, learning issues. Next.
For the second leading issue is that one of the type is single-use plastic. Millions of discharged single-use plastic such as mask, glove, apron, and bottle of sanitizer have been added to the terrestrial environment, which can lead to a surge in plastic that can wash away sea shoreline and litter the ocean floor. That's all.
Okay. If you don't have any information want to add, so we can proceed to the learning issues three.
I want to add for number two, which is most
Right.
PPE mainly contain polypropylene, which can convert it into petrol by pyrolysis. So using polypropylene is much more safer and nature friendly since it can be converted into other sources.
Okay. Next, we proceed to learning issues three.
For the learning issue 3, from my point of view, one of the best practices for managing waste is proper disposal and strict adherence to approved hazardous medical waste procedure for single-use gloves, masks, suits, and apron. We should develop a strategy for sterilizing and disinfecting gowns and masks that is appropriate for our hospital need, but that also reduce the risk of harm to people who use them. Healthcare provider could be a better job to protecting the patient by using a reusable surgical gowns instead of the single-use PPE. In addition, healthcare provider may prioritize the use of PPE to provide protection to multiple patients. This will eventually lead to a drastic reduction in the amount of plastic waste generated. Other than that, to address the current problem of plastic pollution, used personal protective equipment should be disposed of properly in well-labeled medical waste container and recycled at a biohazard waste disposal facilities. That's all.
Right. That's good answer. So how about the fact two, the first learning issues? Anyone want to add their answers?
I would like to add my answer.
All right.
What happened to our waterways if they are polluted with plastic? Plastic pollution before COVID-19 pandemic was already scaling in terrestrial, aquatic, and atmospheric environments. Both PPE and plastic litter, once littered in open environments such as the terrestrial or aquatic environment, are likely to cause sewage system blockage in town and cities, as well as negatively impact water drainage and normal agricultural soil erosion, resulting in reduced land productivity. Furthermore, plastic pollution in the environment will decay and fragment, resulting in micro and nano-sized plastic particles. That's all for me.
All right. So we next proceed to learning issues two. Can anyone add the answers?
Mm,
Um,
So do you guys has any answers for this question? Or I can add mine here, okay? Yeah. So the question is how to increase citizens' awareness about single-use plastic. So based on my answers, here is we can use reusable shopping bags in your car and use our less single-use plastic. Secondly, we can use glass or stainless steel water bottle instead of plastic bottle. That's a common thing. And third one is use glass jars for leftovers and storage. So that's my answer. You guys have any ideas to add for this question?
I would like to add for this learning issue is the easiest way is we can do like campaign, like the famous one is right now to breaking up with plastic, which is a global movement. And also this kind of like global movement can educate younger generation about um plastic pollution.
Right. Right.
Um, I
So
also I also want to add something. We can do
yeah.
a new site or social media about litter collectors and bird watcher. And we can also launch a website where anyone can submit a report about plastic litter.
So we can proceed to learning issues trees. Anyone want to give the answer here?
For the learning issue 3, because the COVID pandemic is caused by the coronavirus, will worsen global plastic pollution as the use of personal protective equipment, PPE such as gloves and masks, become mandatory to prevent the spread of the virus. Personal protective equipment such as face shields, surgical masks, gloves, and other PPE used by the front health worker and common citizen have been adopted to prevent the contamination and spread of the virus. Due to physical or chemical or biological effect in the environment, plastic will eventually be broken down into micron and nano-sized fragments, which can enter the food web of animal and human. Most PPE is composed of PP, PVC, and PS and is rarely recycled. This will expand the plastic pollution that are already exist in the terrestrial, atmospheric, and aquatic environment. In addition, the blockade during the pandemic have severely affected plastic recycling facilities around the world, leading to improper and illegal disposal of plastic waste into the sea and land. That's all.
All right. Anyone want to add the answers for the question three or just proceed to text number three? Text number three. Yeah. So for the first learning issues for the fact number three is what are the alternative for disposal mask and glove? So uh, based on my answers, yes, it is a common thing that we need to put our disposal mask and glove in the rubbish bin after we use it. But before that, for the mice, we have to cut the ear loops at the mask before we put them in the rubbish bins to prevent the entanglements of wildlife. So that's my answer for the question one.
For question one, I would like to add to using disposable gloves that are more environmental friendly. For disposable glove, we have two types, nitrile, latex, and vinyl. So latex is the most degradable one, and the vinyl is non-degradable. So basically, latex is much a bit more pricey than vinyls. So we need to like promoting latex more and like using it in the hospital most, because right now vinyl is more common. Vinyl and nitrate is more common in daily use rather than latex, because latex is a bit pricey.
So can we proceed to the learning issues too?
We
The
can
second
also
answers.
use reusable masks, such as clothes masks.
Oh, yeah. So for the learning issues too, are masks and gloves dangerous to us and other organisms? What do you guys think for this answer?
I think yes, because uncontrolled of creation of mass can lead to toxic release in the environment, and us human will get a secondary transmission of the toxic. And also, there's a study an about a fish trapped in the finger of the rubber glove in Neverland, and a penguin in Brazil with a mask in its stomach. So it is very, very dangerous for us and other organisms. Thank you.
I would like to add, I agree with Albanese. Conservationists have also warned that the coronavirus pandemic could spark a surge in ocean pollution by adding to plastic waste that already threatens marine life. After finding disposable masks floating like jellyfish and waterlogged latex gloves scattered across the seabeds. So,
All right. We proceed to the learning issues three? It's okay. So the question is, where are the excess masks and gloves came came from? So, have any answers for this?
I think like basically all the excess mask and glove came from like daily users, from the citizen, and also from the healthcare line. Like most of them are come from that lah.
That's it, or anyone want to add? No, just agrees for this answer, or we can proceed to facts number four. Okay. So for the fact number four, there is only one questions for the learning issues. So the question is, how can both restaurant service and their buyers reduce the use of plastic? So I will add mine here. So this is both side responsibilities for the buyers and the restaurant service. So for the buyers, I think the buyers can bring their own containers to the restaurants to reduce the plastics usage. Uh, and the services, I think the restaurants can provide soft look handle takeout bags. Secondly, molded fiber clamshell takeout containers. So, and lastly is molded biodegradable fiber plates. So basically, this uh, packagings is a bag is fully biodegradable and compostable. So that's only for me. Or anything you guys want to add for this answer?
I want to add,
Right.
restaurants can use stainless steels instead of plastics one, as it is safer to the environment and costs lesser in the long run as they can be reused. And paper straws can be used as a swap to the plastic ones. So
All right. Let's move
Uh,
to the last fact.
I would
Everyone
like
want
to,
to add?
yeah.
Okay, okay.
Um, the restaurant or the grocery store can charge more for customer who don't bring their own paper bag. And if they want to have plastic bag, they need to charge more. This will encourage customer to bring their own plastic bag. Thank you.
Okay, let's move to the last facts. So first question, how is plastic pollution related to public health concern? So anyone? Anyone have this answer?
Um, Plastic pollution can also operate as a vector for a variety of toxins, invasive species, and viruses, including the COVID-19. At various stages of biological organization, plastic additives are absorbed or absorbed toxins can seep up and eventually percolate into various environmental compartments, lowering soil and water quality and producing deleterious impacts on terrestrial and aquatic life. Furthermore, plastic is scattered in open places, particularly aquatic habitats such as the lakes, the ponds, the puddles, may serve as breeding grounds for zoonotic disease vector, such as the mosquito Aedes species, which transmits dengue and Zika, posing a hazard to public health and safety. That is for me.
All right.
I would like to add more. As we all know, we have been exposed to plastic, and plastic have harmful chemicals that are leaching in our store food because we use plastic to store our food in the restaurant. So this kind of chemical will lead to cancer, birth defect and impair immunity, and other health problems.
Okay. So should we proceed to two?
For the learning issue 2, as soon as this plastic litter in the environment, they are susceptible to abiotic and biotic degradation processes. It is estimated that 3% of the total of 359 million tons of plastic produced worldwide end up in the ocean in 2018, which is equivalent to one garbage truck worth of plastic per minute being dumped into the ocean. The marine ecosystem have been destroyed by plastic waste and pose a serious threat to marine animals. Plastic pollution of the ocean kill approximately 0.1 million marine mammals and turtles annually because plastic product can easily be mistaken for jellyfish, which is a favorite food to the sea turtle. COVID-19 have worsened the problem of ocean plastic pollution. The size of the global plastic packaging market will grow by 5.5% by the end of 2021 because of the pandemic response. Non-recyclable take-out plastic container and masks could lead to more marine trash than by 2019. The skyrocketing increasing in the demand for masks and gloves during the pandemic, combined with a decline in the recycling program, would result in the indiscriminate littering. PPEs and the fragment debris ingestion by such marine wildlife due to the misidentification will impact their food chain in the long run. Improper inclination, illegal dumping, and unscientific landfilling would result in the leakage of plastic waste which may further cause microplastic pollution in the marine ecosystem. That's all.